This is the part of the story you haven't heard, told exclusively to True Crime News by two women who have been fighting for most of their lives.
These are my cancer books.
Cancer survivors who have undergone countless hours of treatment and surgeries while fighting a disease they wish they never had.
This is one of the port needles that I was given, May 1990, when I had the port in my chest. I came home with chemo on a pump.
Women who opened their hearts to someone they trusted, someone they believed was a friend, someone they thought was going through a shared experience. Amanda C. Riley.
I was sitting next to her and she's like, "Hi, I'm Amanda. I have Hodgkin lymphoma." And I'm like, "Hi, I'm Danielle. I have thyroid cancer."
Amanda was a churchgoer, a mom. She was really entrenched in the community, and she was faking cancer all at the same time.
Faking cancer and exposed by investigative producer Nancy Moscatello, who was tipped off about Amanda's lies. Using her false claims and posting these videos for donations, preying on her church, her community, and anyone who would listen, insisting that she was dying. People who would reach into their pockets and donate out of kindness and care. Her lies became the subject of the popular podcast, Scamanda. Carolyn Cerrito's life has not been easy. Diagnosed with cancer at the young age of 15, she lost her leg as part of her fight against the disease.
I'm 51, I still have nightmares where I'm still being given chemo.
Carolyn says she was in the hospital recovering from a recent procedure and was in bed scrolling for a new podcast when she saw someone very familiar.
First was disbelief, like, what is this? That's her face, but the words on it, like she's faking, and I couldn't get the two to mesh.
Carolyn couldn't get her head wrapped around it because she cared about Amanda. She counted on her as a friend.
The person that I know that went through cancer treatment, that has the little kids, that relapsed twice and was coming to New York for experimental treatment. And then, wait a minute, she was faking it all?
The unbelievable story that Nancy uncovered led to a documentary on Hulu produced by ABC News.
A beloved young Christian woman fighting a battle undeserved.
We gave our hearts, our prayers.
Everybody put their hands over her and said, "Heal this woman. Oh God, heal her."
I'm thankful that I have cancer because I am now surrounded by the right people in my life.
There was just something inside of me just saying, this isn't right.
Amanda liked to really entrench herself in the cancer community.
Amanda's story sounded very familiar to Carolyn. It was the same story that Nancy was hearing from many others who reached out.
You have a cape on.
Yes.
Nancy was sent a tip to look into Amanda's claims, so she sent a producer to a cancer event in California where Amanda Riley was wearing a cape with the word survivor printed on the back.
I work on the campaign for Leukemia Lymphoma Society, and I'm also a stage 4 refractory blood cancer patient.
And nearly every word Amanda said would prove to be a lie.
I'm still a patient, so I'm a 4-time relapse. I'm in a clinical trial right now, so I still have active cancer. So I'm still a patient, but technically a survivor too, so I get to play both cards.
But having cancer is not a game, and Amanda was playing everyone.
Amanda would go to these events. She was hired to be a spokesperson for a national cancer organization. She went and gave speeches all around Silicon Valley and in Northern California on behalf of this organization as someone that was dealing with cancer, to raise funds, to be involved in it.
How do you feel as a mom being able to wear a survivor cape like that?
It's inspiring. It's definitely hard to be a mom with little kids fighting cancer, but it shows that, you know, you're being strong and standing for what you believe in and keep fighting.
What's the thing that's hardest for you in your stage 4 cancer?
Not being able to spend as much time with my kids as I want because I'm in the hospital a lot of the times. I'm traveling to New York for my clinical trial a lot of the time. So just that I can't be as active and present as I would like to be and it's out of my control. So that sucks a lot, but I do the best I can with it.
But one thing was true. Amanda would travel to New York, but it wasn't for a clinical trial.
I remember her, she was bald. She looked like she had a little bit of hair coming in. And she said that her nurse had gotten her into the conference.
It was to meet with actual cancer patients who would gather at conferences like the one called Stupid Cancer, a place for people to come together and be around others who were living with their diagnosis.
As part of her scam, she used real people with real cancer to kind of bolster her own fraud. That's kind of vicious.
Oh, truly vicious. What she was doing is she was going to support groups, cancer support groups. She was going to cancer conferences and making friends, learning about their cancer, learning about what they've been through, asking a lot of questions.
Carolyn took this photo with Amanda during a conference in New York.
My relationship with Amanda started that day at the conference, the day we met. And what did we do at the conference? We do with all the people that I meet at these conferences. You exchange phone numbers. Okay, let me put you in my phone. And we started off a friendship.
But what Carolyn didn't know was she was being used as material for Amanda's personal blog about her so-called cancery journal. A fraud that would soon be investigated by local and federal authorities.
Open the door!
That would expose Amanda's scheme and uncover how she conned donors for years and used cancer patients for their stories, all to help keep those donations coming.
Everything she said to get into the cancer conference, everything she said that day, all that camaraderie, all the I know how you feel, was all a complete blatant lie.